Yeah, we'll keep it fun, guys. We are a small, cozy group. Ask questions, all the tough ones, apart from my account number and the password. We'll try to make it a dialogue. I don't want to make it a boring session. Okay. Everybody's ready? Should we go? Okay. Awesome. Cool. So, okay, quick introductions. Very boring slide. Most boring slide in the whole deck. My name is Robin, co-founder and CEO at TestZeus. Many unnecessary things done in the life. Some of the great companies where I have worked. Shriyansh wants to give a more serious introduction.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been in industry for 14 years. Did some work here and there. Now we are building TestZeus. We're passionate about testing, and we both are developer by skill, test by heart. Yeah. So let's see.
Okay, cool. So next one. Okay, so hopefully this should come up. If you can scan this, we would love to know what is your sprint cycle. Everybody knows what a sprint cycle is. Go from requirements to a MVP or a minimum working product of some value to the end user is the sprint cycle, right? Take 30 seconds. Let us know, is it 2 weeks, 4 weeks, is it quarterly, annually, or we don't do sprint cycles, right? We'll wait for 30 seconds. Hopefully some results should come up over here, right? Yeah. Okay. Some people say 2 weeks, so we have 3 responses. Okay. So, okay, we have 9 people in the room. We have 5 votes, so 4 people can also vote. Yeah.
17% for
Nice. So some people do quarterly, annually. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not very tough question. Like I think it's pretty easy.
Okay, we have 4 weeks.
4 weeks also. Okay, good. Nobody's like in the last camp. I love the last camp. We don't do sprint cycles. Like we do true agile. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we don't release also. Yeah. Like dude, like, we don't care about all that. Okay. Please don't vote that if you don't do it. Okay, 7 people. Okay, we'll pause here. Just remember this because this is also the ending note for the whole presentation. We will re-look this idea at the end again. And we'll try to challenge the thought that why should it be 2 weeks? Did like the gods of Agile tell us that it should be 2 weeks? Does the Agile manifesto say that it should be 2 weeks? Like nobody told us, right? Okay, we'll go next. Okay, so interestingly, when we looked at the domain of QA, right, the heading is pretty blazing. So we found based on our research links at the bottom, not made up numbers, is that the cost of poor quality in the US alone is $2.4 trillion. And there are 3 areas which are generally problematic, right? So first is that good quality takes time. Like I think that is something which everybody can relate to, right? Whether it's your daughter's crayon art or whether it's proper enterprise software, building good quality pieces takes time. Second is late fixes are generally costly. You fix something in production, very simple. Thing has blown up, customers have churned away, right? Last, test automation is a mirage. I'll just say it on record over here. Everybody felt that test automation is the thing which will save us. I am the author of that book which we'll give away at the end. It's on test automation, but half of my career has been a lie, to be frank. Test automation never solved any like real problems. 64% of test automation projects fail to deliver real value, right? But okay, those are the 3 problems which were there. This is a new wave of problems. Now there are dev agents. Have people in the room looked at solutions like bold.new? Like a quick show of hands. Anybody has looked at bold.new? If not, we will show it. Yeah. So there are these like dev agents, right? Wherein you can just, put in your input. It says, make a landing page for Agile India conference. So before coming, we were sitting in the lobby. In 3 minutes, it made this whole page, gave its thoughts, and then also wrote the whole code over here. So if we scroll, it has already like figured out the speakers and the pages and the boxes and everything. We are not the brand ambassadors for bold.new. There are many solutions now which are make-a-wish app. Okay, the whole idea is that what you could have achieved in those 2 weeks of delivery can be achieved in 5 minutes of development now using dev agents or builder agents like bold.new. But again, this is one example. There are many more which are accelerating the whole delivery cycle, right? Okay. And therefore, how do we balance quality? So for example, the dev agents are now flying away. In 5 minutes, they can make a landing page. In 10 minutes, they can make a whole CRM. You can go home, try. inputting this request to bold.new or hey boss.xyz make me a CRM like Salesforce. Salesforce is a company which took 10 years to be built, but now thanks to dev agents and AI, you can literally build it over a weekend or 2 weekends, right? Henceforth, the question, how do we balance quality? So the next one, so we launched the world's first open source testing agent last year. You can write natural English language tests for UI, API, accessibility, security, even mobile. And then no code, no maintenance because it's an AI agent. So I'll quickly hand over to Shriyansh for the demo and we'll quickly see this in action.
Okay, I have to juggle my mic with this now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
So I'll try to demo the TestZeus Hercules. I'll quickly open VS Code here. So don't worry about it. It's not very too much codey here. It's just I'm trying to represent some text file. The text file is it?
I'll hold it, dude.
It's okay. Yeah. So thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So the test is very simple. It is talking about that I will open an e-commerce website. I'll try to go and find out one particular element or item inside it and then try to put some filters and say that in the end I should have only one item displayed after putting the filter. It's basically validating, cataloging as well as filtering mechanism of the website. It's a very simple test case. So this is the input for a Hercules. Hercules is already installed in my MacBook. It's basically a Python package which you can install by doing pip install TestZeus Hercules. After that, you have to pass the LLM key as an environment variable. All of them is being available in our repository, clearly how to configure it. I've already configured it. I'm passing that test case file here. There we go, I've triggered it. It will do some massaging initially with the test case file. Now it will load the complete agent. It will spawn the browser. As you can see, it has spawned the browser. It will try to open that e-commerce website which we have mentioned there. So it's opening Wrangler.in. During this process, it has come up with a plan that how this test has to be conducted. So initially in the test case, we have just written some vague options saying that do this, do this, do this, do this. All of them have to be converted into actual steps and then executed one by one. That all has been done internally by the Hercules agent. And let me go back to this. It's here. It's going to type for rainbow sweater. That's the one which it's written in the test case. At the background, you can see that a lot of logs getting streamed. I can focus on that as well. This is basically the inner monologue of the agent. It's thinking and trying to figure it out that what should be the next step. It's a state machine internally, and every step has to be executed by one of the sub-agents, which we will talk about in the architecture and we'll discuss in next few slides. So let's go back. Yep, the test case is almost about to completed. Should conclude. Yes, it has concluded. Too much logs, but let's focus here. It is mentioned that the expected result is one product displayed with turtleneck filter applied, and then one product is being displayed corresponding to that. It has done the assert behavior analysis and figured it out that the assert has been successfully completed. How this assert happened? Because in the test case we have mentioned that should be something like this or validate something like this. In our test case it was written should, I think. Yeah, should be displayed. So this must have pulled the agent to the and given the grounding that it has to be validated, and hence agent was able to validate this. Now the agent produced multiple types of outputs. One of the output is the test result in the HTML format, which is this. It will have the complete analysis, what all has happened, and the pointers to the other outputs which are associated with this test case. What are those other outputs? It has screenshots, network logs, which have been conducted during the test case, the inner monologue of the whole agent, the playwright trace. Underneath we use playwright here, so I'll go through that as well, and the complete plan which it has executed, the number of steps which it has taken. Okay. It also produces a XML file which is in JUnit format. You can import it in any Allure report or anywhere else. Let me quickly jump to the playwright trace. It will look like this, something like this. So you can actually scrub through each event one by one. And in case if there is a bug, it would have failed, you can just attach this zip file to your Jira ticket and then pass it to the developer so that it will be easy to reproduce. And we also record video of the complete session in case you want to produce a proof of it. Now let's quickly go back to the slides to talk about what's the architecture behind it. So this whole Hercules thing is built on supervisor pattern. Unsupervised pattern of the agent means that there is a big super agent which is controlling other sub agents and passing on different tasks to it. So in our case, there is a planner and assert agent which basically takes the input from of the test case, which is in the feature file format, goes through it, convert it into multiple steps, and then each step is being passed to respective agents which are like browser agent, API agent, security agent, SQL agent, and so on. Each agent does its work and send back the response to the planner agent to understand whether it has been completed properly or not. It does the complete analysis and then move to the next step. So that's how the state machine works. All these sub agents have to read the application under test. How they do it? There are two types of toolings which are associated to each of these agents. One is sensing tools, which is something like take a screenshot of the screen and analyze it, understand the accessibility tree, get the DOM of it. If there's an API request happening, then do a get API and analyze the result around it. Whereas the action tools are the ones that how we interact with the web page or how we interact with the application under test. We use Playwright, so we use click, scroll, and XYZ other things around it. We use REST API libraries to interact with it. For SQL, we use RDBMS APIs, libraries available. For security testing, we use Nuclei, and for accessibility testing, we use Xcode. On the left side, you can see that there is long-term memory and short-term memory being there. Why they are there? Because there's a constructor of test data. Everyone knows that. We have to ingest the test data and figure it out how to use them. We use these two constructs to leverage that here. The short-term memory is basically to help planner and other agents to communicate. Whereas the long-term memory is the one which holds the test data and help us to make sure that how to insert the right data from the test data in the test case execution. On the right side, you can see there is LLM and LVM. The whole idea is to show there is that from Hercules with the open source version can actually support the managed and the hosted LLMs. There are certain limitations which are mentioned in the repository, but you can connect it to, we need multimodality to be available if in case we are leveraging the screenshot capability. If we are not, then we can directly rely on the multimodal version of it. We produce results in the form of XML file and all you've talked about. So that's a quick understanding of what is Hercules. Here we are. So the final era of true agile testing is here. And what we were doing till this point was analyze, plan, design, build, test, deploy, all with humans and with tools with some speed. Very good with this. We have developed this for quite a long time. This is the current situation. What is the near future? I'm not even saying it's future, it's near future, which is basically agents like Bolt, Hercules, Figure for building, testing, or even designing. And there are other agents like this which will come into picture, which can augment your human teams to make this process way faster. So we believe that it's almost 100x faster now. It's gonna. So the agile, what we have seen initially 2 weeks, that's gonna get compressed to probably hours, I could say. Okay. So these are our thoughts. I'll pass it on to Robin now. Thanks, Robin.
Okay. Cool. I think the whole idea why we did that Slido initially was that one, triggering question that the sprint cycle was 2 weeks. But to Shriyansh's point, I'll pause here for a minute. See, that was 2 weeks based on the research and our own experience in the industry because you had resources. Generally, an agile team is made up of like 5 people, 7 people, 10 is too big, right? 2 pizza teams. Some famous person said that we should have 2 pizza teams, right? And that is how it came down to those 2 weeks because that is where you can deliver some working product. But with 100x teams, the whole idea is, can we push that 2 weeks to 1 week? Can we push that 1 week to 3 days? Can we push that the 3 days to like 1 day? And can we really become agile? As the word said, it has to be build and deliver value in real time. That is why that word agile came. But okay, we'll not bore with more research data. Also, next one. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, so questions and prizes. That's about the end of presentation. We don't want to make it boring. As I said, I am also the author of a book. So in addition to holding mics at conferences, I do work at places and have written a book. I'll ask one question on the framework. Anybody who answers that question correctly, more than happy to give the book as a gift. I'll sign it for you if it makes you happy. So the question is, the whole Hercules open source system is built on a framework. So that name was there on that slide. It is built on X framework. No? No. 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 Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, cool. Okay, we'll quickly give it to you and have a picture. Yeah.
There are multiple such.
Yeah, we can go back to that slide for a minute.
Go back.
Yeah.
Build on AG2 framework.
Yeah, please.
LangChain is obviously one of
Thanks,
the
Bipin.
popular
Yeah.
option, but
Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool, but yeah. Sorry? Yeah, I think we debated it, but Shriyansh said no, we should do AG2. No more, yeah, no, give the real answer to it. Yeah.
So,
So many. We tried a lot, sir. We tried Crew, we tried LangChain, Langroid, AG2, parent project, AutoGen, and whatever. But yeah, go on, Shriyansh.
so AG2 came out to be actually faster development in our case. It provided a lot of out-of-the-box things and as well as the support from their team itself. So we went to production in our SaaS offering because of them, because of the proper help which we got from them. So hence we have like an affinity towards that, and we realized that it's easy to build new agents faster. Although at this point all agent frameworks are same, they are giving same quality. Now my new favorite is Pydantic AI. Probably I'll build the next agent with that.
Yeah.
Function you use it for because it hallucinates and you don't want to keep changing your this framework and things.
Correct.
So what is that?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think we strongly believe that we are in the area of testing. We don't use the agents to write emails and write poems and all. It has to be clinically precise. So we've defined and designed guardrails as part of the system itself. So the planner agent will have some of its guardrails. The browser agent will have some of its guardrails, so that the agent doesn't go off the guardrail and does something else. Plus for traceability, we capture the agent's thoughts and inner monologues and show it. Yeah.
Most of the functionality, whatever needs to be done on the tool side of things.
Right.
That's only kind of adds an addition for the user.
Correct.
That's what.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's the hallucination aspect would be less.
So we are not writing code from LLM. We are taking only decisions that which tool to pick up. So there some kind of control is there, and also in the agents we have added a lot of negative prompts also, so that it doesn't hallucinate. But if you use a very like lower LLM, like 3 billion parameter or something like that, which can run in your laptop, it will create some problems where it will hallucinate on, which is expected. So it is in our repository also we have clearly mentioned that you have to use certain better LLMs which can take decisions properly.
Yeah. So I think on the repository also we say that please don't use smaller AI LLMs. They will just not understand so many tools out there and which one to pick. They might like pick a knife and stab us or stab you, whatever. So please use the bigger models is the idea. Yeah. Okay. Does that help? Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah, no, there are no dumb questions, sir. Please, yeah. Yeah, correct.
Is there any guidelines for writing a specific way so that everybody can read it?
Yeah.
For the next step. Secondly, is that you test it with a function, then link it to your code from that.
Should be, yeah.
How does it pick it up if it isn't data?
Okay, so, yeah.
Think of scenarios where you have integration points with one story together, right? So how does it work in that way? Because now you need to LEDS, right? The test case is one layer up. Basically to see the functionality and so how does it work here? Or is it still in the, for those complex scenarios, it's still in the process of working?
Yeah, okay, we'll answer like in that order. Yeah, so first one was, the format itself. Yeah, see, I think interestingly you can write in natural language is the whole idea, but we've put it in Gherkin because it is in an arrange, act, assert pattern. So the agent is also taught that if when you see then something should happen is your assert step.
It's from grounding actually.
Yeah, but you can write whatever you want. You can remove that and just say like go on Salesforce, create a lead, and a lead should be created. So that can be handled by the agent because it's a multi-agentic system. So we have not implemented any Cucumber or any glue code or anything behind the scenes. There are actually multiple agents who will pick that and then run it on the fly. So it is pretty natural language in that way. You don't have to say click here, do this. You can just say fill the form. It will fill the form. That brings us to that question as well, that can it do abstract scenarios? So for example, we've targeted Salesforce as the initial landing pad for us. You can just say go to Salesforce, create a lead, and a lead should be created. You don't even have to specify, fill the form, click here, click submit, do this, do that, what other tools, other frameworks do. In this case, it's all natural language, and also ties back to your initial question that is there a specified format to it? There is no specified format. It's very natural English language. But when you think of writing test cases, think of it like how you're talking to a junior tester. If you would tell them, go click here, do this, click on app launcher, click this one thing, fill the form, it will follow those steps. Yeah. But on our website, we have a blog as well on how to prompt the agents for testing. Because there is a certain way to it. I wouldn't say art, but there is a certain way to it. Yeah.
How do you tie it up to your stories? Always has to be tested.
Copy paste. Yeah, somebody writes the stories.
So
There are disparate entities for now. In the SaaS offering, the integrations would be there. But in the open source offering, somebody would have to copy and paste that in VS Code or Notepad or whatever you are triggering for that feature file.
So it's a package which you install in your laptop, so there is no integration outside. You file, you get it, and then run it to the place.
Yeah. Okay.
The third one was related to.
I think, did we answer all the three? Did we forget?
the last one was on the integration part.
Yeah. So for the open source one, again, it's all open source. We've not held anything back. There are no secret cards. That responsibility is on the caller. Like they can build out those integrations as many as they want. In the SaaS offering, that's the headache for us as product providers. But in the open source one, those integrations can be built by anybody.
Yeah. And the test coverage, is there any specific type of test that you can do? Functionality test, or you are going beyond it?
Yeah, beyond it. See, it can do UI, API, accessibility, security, mobile, and even visual validations. And the key factor that we try to nail in is that all of these, like browser is a tool for it, mobile is a tool for it, Tesla car is a tool for it. We've built the agent with the hands and the eyes and the brain. If you tell it how to use a tool, it can use whatever tool.
So for example, like getting data from one particular system and then feeding the data into another system, then observing the result and comparing it with a static information. All these three information can be written in a single test case.
So one,
Yeah.
different providers are there, security providers are there. So basically, when it comes to it, you can basically integrate right through form of API.
Anybody, exactly. Yeah.
If they start giving those.
Yeah. So, yeah,
those
sorry.
agents become available, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So these tools you can add it.
Yeah, as many as you want. See, the whole idea is that we've built out the brain and the eyes and the hands. These tools could be there, APIs could be there, MCP servers could be there, or other agents could be there. It can go talk to that developer agent and do its own magic and come back with the result. So we are entering that era wherein we don't just stay confined to the API. Everything could be a tool for the agent. Well, I think there was a question in the back. Yeah.
In terms of the repeatability of probably two part question. First is the repeatability of test. And second one is if you want to give something nebulous, like Salesforce, just want to create a register something, ensure it's done. Is there a knowledge base that you're feeding to it? In terms of, let's say, if you're defining that as a register, then what is that basically tie back to the repeatability of the whole part of the generator or something like that, or I guess I've done it over and over again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first I'll talk about the information which you are trying to inject. Test data is the one. You can put files here, it will get injected in the open source version. In the SaaS version for Salesforce, which we have built, we have obviously our own knowledge base which we have tried to inject. There's obviously more grounding on the LLM side. Now coming to the first question, which was the repeatability. This is state machine, the agent prompt, make sure that we expand it and try to achieve individual goals out of it. Now whether those goals are like exact 10 steps or they can be converted into 11 steps, that control we don't give it here. But we make sure that the agenda behind it or the sentiment behind it is completed. So that's why we don't say that it's like a unit test machine or a you can say an assembly test kind of machine. It is more of an end-to-end experience test that once it is completed, the complete process or not. Robin, you want to add?
Yeah, I'll just add one thing. So see, for example, in the agent, I think Shriyansh can show a few examples as well. You can write the test case in the way that we wrote, right? If you go back here, or maybe we just stay here, any test case for that matter. There are these like hard way and soft way of doing things. In the soft way, you can say, go to Wrangler, do a checkout. The LLM will figure out, it will make a plan, do a checkout of some jeans with blue color of some size, right? Not recommended. Looks magical, not recommended. The other way is the hard mode, wherein you ask it to do everything very explicitly. Select this as the filter, click over here, test this, and then this should come. We generally recommend that way of writing test cases to the earlier question, that the test case should be clinically precise, because it is a test case. It is not an RPA machine, a robotic process automation machine, it's a testing machine. So we recommend people to write specific steps and specific validations, as atomic as possible.
So if you want to ground it, mention that step specifically.
Yeah.
If you're fine with the end goal, then just be generic, as he said. Should not be the case of normal functional testing.
So,
Yeah.
maybe business analyst can
Yeah.
kind of come up with this type of
100%. Yeah, see so we were discussing this I think yesterday and today also with some luminaries in the conference that when we started our career, testing was, so I started as a tester at Accenture, met Shriyansh over there, and testing was very clinically precise. Then many things happened in the industry. There was this thing called acceptance test driven design, or TDD. Have people heard about that style? Some wise people would have, right? ATDD or TDD. There was this wave of things never worked out because people didn't accept it. Building, testing was too laborious. To your question, if you go back to that test case, the whole idea is that can we enter that world, that golden era, in Hindi we say Ram Rajya, of having ATDD or TDD again, wherein you first write this acceptance criteria, then you do development, and then it should certify that development. Now since there is no code to be written, no framework to be written, no other testing things to be done, you can actually just write this as acceptance criteria, run the agent after the development and see does it work as expected or not, right? So to your point, yes, that is one of the core use cases that we see for the open source body or even the SaaS offering. Can we just have this written and then build as per specification? But okay, yeah.
thank you, Robin.
And all we will, out of time now, because the next speaker is that's at 6:05.
Yeah.
So thank you, Robin and Shriyansh, for this wonderful session on QA in the era of AI enabled stuff.
Thank you guys, have a nice one.
Big applause to you. Yeah.